All right, everyone, welcome to the channel. This is the first use of the new camcorder. As you all know from the short I did last time, and obviously the last video where the sound was atrocious, I dropped the camera, broke the jack, and, well, I had to go buy another camera. So we're on camera number 2. There you go. All right, so in today's video, I want to discuss what's coming up in about a week. Now, I had a lot more for you doing this video. A few stories that came up that I thought were important. Unfortunately, it is currently 12:40 my time, and I've been rocking and rolling since 3:30 this morning, since my son's car decided to turn into a Christmas tree on the dashboard, and I had to get up and take him to work. So I'm dragging. So living off caffeine and all that good stuff. So we're going to break this video up into a couple of videos, and maybe it'll benefit the algorithm and it'll benefit the channel. And obviously, if you don't want to watch certain aspects, well, you just skip that video or so on. All right. So today we're going to be talking about what's coming up in the next 7 days, maybe 8 days. All right. But before I get into that, I want to say that down in the description below, obviously, there's going to be all the links for stuff that we talk about. The merch store is there, so if you want to buy some awesome swag, holiday season is coming up, so you can pick up some gifts for other people. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, the whole 9 yards. It's all in there. All right. We got Patreon. We got locals. You can become a member here on the channel and get some behind-the-scenes special videos type stuff. All right. At the very least, doesn't cost you a dime. Subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment. That really helps with the algorithm. And then I'm going to propose a question to all of you. My 1-year anniversary of what happened, I don't want to give too many spoilers, is coming up here in a couple of days. All right. Do you guys want me to just do a pre-recorded video, much like I am now, or do you want to do a special live stream on Halloween? I don't know how many of you have kids. You might be out trick-or-treating or whatever, but the live stream would be probably between 7 and 9. So about 2 hours, cover some topics and discuss things that happened last year, what led up to it, why I did it, and how my year's been going so far. All right, so let me know in the comments below, live stream or just a pre-recorded video. Hey, before I forget, I know that I'm going to cut this right in the middle. Right when I finished the video, I got an email reminding of the 2025 Gundies. The nomination process ends in 3 days. I'm going to put the link below, all right, for the nomination. It's closing soon. If you can go in there, nominate this channel, it'd be absolutely fantastic. There are 4 new categories. All right. I'm going to tell you exactly which one it is. It is going to be Emerging Brand of the Year or Emerging Channel of the Year or something like that. All right. I'd say they have it, Emerging Brand of the Year. So there you go. Help me out, guys. It's down in the description below. All right. When the video's over, click on it. Go to the Gundies, nominate this channel, and let's see if I can be a nominee for Emerging Brand of the Year. All right, enough of me shilling for that stuff. All right, back to the video, guys. There we go. Okay, so what's coming up in the next couple of days? Well, it's simple. November 5th is Election Day. And our Constitution says we have Election Day, yet fast forward to today, we have election month, right? So currently, right now, it really started back 4 years ago when the cooties pandemic broke out. Mass mail-in voting. So if you've been paying attention to the news, you're going to see that there has been a rash of ballot box fires across our nation, from Washington, Oregon, here in the East, on the East Coast, everything has been burning up. So all of those ballots that have been submitted to these little boxes, because they're in unsecured locations, have pretty much been gone. They've gone up in smoke. All right. They don't know who did it, and we don't know why. But I would categorize this as the shenanigans have begun. So, one side wins, the other side can be like, well, all these ballots went up in smoke. It's not a real election, or vice versa. So we got that going on. Of course, in the last video, I talked about the DoD directive 5420.01 and the future possibilities of that being used. So we've got that. They are priming us for delayed results. Normally, we would know who won the election the night of, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, at the least next day. So you'd go to bed, you wake up, and we'd know who won the election. And now they're talking about we might not know for a week or a few weeks because, I have no idea why. Okay. I mean, if every other country on this planet that has free and fair elections have voter IDs, they use a paper ballot, hand count everything, and everybody knows the very next day who was elected. But for some reason in our country, a certain side is very adamant against voter IDs. I have no idea. The only logical reason I can think about is it's how they cheat. You need an ID in this country to buy anything. You need an ID to purchase alcohol, fly on a plane, pick up mail at a post office for certain things, sign for certain things. You need IDs to purchase firearms. You need an ID to do a lot. And unfortunately, they use the excuse that, well, some people just don't know how to get an ID. And that's why we would disenfranchise people if we had voter ID. I think that's a bunch of BS because everybody pretty much in this day and age has some form of ID because you need it in society. So that is just an excuse they're using to play on the emotions of those that don't pay attention. All right. I feel like I have to keep adjusting these glasses. Last night, one of my dogs decided they were going to use my face as a trampoline and destroy my glasses. I had to bend them all back. So forgive me for having to keep adjusting them. All right. So my advice with everything that's been going on, everything that is happening, start to get your stuff together. You've got a week. All right. I hope and pray that you are not behind the curve. Go out, purchase all the things you think you might need for at least a couple of weeks. Hopefully nothing happens. Everything just blows over like normal and we can just move on with our lives and you have a little stockpile for, a rainy day. However, if everything does kind of go sideways, well, you're going to be happy that you have it. All right. Now, we all know at the beginning of the year, ammunition prices, especially from Winchester, are going to go up. Winchester put out a letter talking about that. And I'm letting you know right now, Winchester goes up, all the other manufacturers are going to go up too. All right. That's just the way the market works. So I'd buy that. All right. You might want to make sure you have your batteries. You got your water systems, plenty of freedom seeds to be available depending on your needs. I'd have a small amount of cash. All right. Because cash is king. If there's a disruption in the power grid and a lot of other things, cash is king. Okay. This way we can use cash to buy things. You can always barter. I mean, that's why I invest in precious metals like lead, copper, and brass. But if you take a page from those areas that were just affected by the hurricane earlier in the month, they had no power. They had no ways to use credit cards. So cash was king. They had to use the cash. All right. I like how the government showed up and said, hey, if you go online, which they can't because there's no internet, and apply, we will give you $750. Do it from a computer or a phone, which there's no power to charge these items. So you were just pretty much SOL unless you had like a generator or something like that. But cash is best. Always have some cash on hand. I have an emergency stash. Locked up, locked away. Have it. All right? So, get your batteries, freedom seeds, your water, cash, and go out and vote. Don't be that person that doesn't vote. I know in the comment section, people have been mentioning that there are millions and millions of gun owners in our country that are not registered to vote, which blows my mind. I have never, ever missed an election. I've always voted. Even when I was deployed overseas, I had my absentee ballot. I had filled it out immediately as soon as I received it and sent it back because I was overseas. I was on a deployment and I wanted to ensure that it got back in time. That's me. I feel like that's, part of being a citizen is voting. If we look at the last presidential election, if you look at the Trump numbers and the Biden numbers, totaling it up, we'll just call it 160 million people voted. Okay? The country has over 300 million people in it. So not even half, or just a little over half, I should say, voted. What was the other half doing? Okay, granted, there are kids and things like that can't vote. That being said, half the country is not comprised of children. Okay? Take out the illegals, take out the children, and still the vast majority of people are not voting. So make sure on November 5th, if you haven't already voted, you get your rear end to the polls, bring some friends, take family members, cousins, siblings, take your parents, go vote. I can't stress that enough. I'm sure you've heard tons and tons of other YouTubers and gun tubers alike telling you to get out there and vote. Okay, this election is really, really important. A lot of shenanigans are already going on. So get out there and vote, because honestly, if you don't vote, I really don't think you have room to bitch and complain. You have one job to do: vote. Now, you may win, you may lose, but at least you did that, which gives you the opportunity to bitch and complain when things don't go your way. All right? Just like when I was active duty military, I always told the people doing their first tour, their first 4 years, bitch and complain all you want. But once you re-up and you re-enlist, you know exactly what you're getting. I better not hear any more bitching or complaining, because you signed up for this knowing what it was like. All right. All right. So that's all I have for you in this video, because I literally have to leave to go get my kid from work. He's out in Hartford and I've got to drive. It takes about 45 minutes to get there. So look forward to the next video, guys. Remember, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, comment, helps with the algorithm. I'll see all of you in the next video.